Welcome back to Bull Ford 82. We have a I think it's a 97, 95, 94, I don't know. It's OBS, crew cab, long bed, 460, four-wheel drive, pick 'em up truck. 460 in this needs to come out, and we're going to do all the frost plugs, change out all the gaskets, clean it up, rinse it out. It's got some nasty water in it. Was coolant, but it's now tomato basil soup. And then I need to look at the transfer case. This thing hops in four-wheel drive when you put a load on it. So I have a feeling the chain in the transfer case is stretched out. It's got a BorgWarner 1356 in it. And I have a couple of chains from some 1356s I took apart in the past. And I might be able to, as long as we have the right length one, replace those parts and get that fixed. So this is going to be a multi-part video. And that's all I'm going to say. We're going to get right into it. The old 460. I'm not quite looking forward to this. I have no specific time on when to get it done. This truck's been sitting since May. I think my first order of business is I want to kind of start getting things disconnected. Got to get the serpentine belt off. The AC compressor needs to get sort of laid over. So what we'll end up doing here is get this air cleaner out of here. This air cleaner needs to get completely cleaned anyways. I think I have enough. I think I have some cleaner for it. Yeah. So the first part of the video is just getting stuff undone. I'm actually going to go get all the parts and stuff that are out of the back of this thing, get them laid out, and see what all we have before we get going. I'm going to have you stare at the floor for a little bit. What do we got here? Frost plug kit. So, I don't know, they were trying to write fraggy, and then someone put a little smiley face there. Well, what do we got in here? We need a knife. Well, don't know where the knife is, but I got a sharp screwdriver. Looks like this has been cracked open a couple times. Someone doesn't know how to tape it. Come on, Rock Auto. Did you guys hear that frog? Fridge magnet. We have a gasket set that is questionable. Looks like it's been opened before. We got here for gaskets. Oh yeah, we have got those. We're definitely not going to do. We got a two-piece rear main seal. These look like maybe valve cover gaskets. We got oil pan gasket that's bent up and we'll have to reform. Oh yeah, we got all the gaskets. Not sure what that's for, but okay. Looks to be not broken. Well, I bet this is like a water pump. GMB. Oh yeah. And 460 water pump. One of the things we're going to do is get this bull bar out of the way, and I think the bull bumper and grill I want to take off. So we're just going to get this whole piping off. We're going to get the air filter out of there. I don't even know how it's attached. I think it's just slotted in. Slotted in, and then it's bolted down right here. I'm getting burnt on some of these YouTubers that mostly work on GM stuff, and they're like, oh man, what a bad design by Ford. This is held on with hose clamps. Just whining about some of the dumbest shit. Well, there goes the 8 mil. I think what I'll go ahead and do next is get the battery out of here. I don't know what it is with these guys and their trailers and their Duramaxes, but they always have to fly up the hill. They gotta prove a point. Oh, another bad design by Ford. The battery hold down's still here. God damn it. Another thing that cracks me up is they'll get they worked on this one guy I watched, he worked on a Suburban, and he was doing the front brakes, and the brakes were very identical to a Ford setup. It had like the weird solid like slider thing with the spring on it, and you had to hammer it out. Well, this like Suburban or whatever, it was the exact same way, and they didn't say anything about it, but then they had a Ford that had the same setup, and they bitched the whole time. Another bad design by Ford, the bolt came out. Courtesy to my friend, I will be putting this on the chargiculator. Alright, what else do we want to do? I think I want to start getting heater hoses off, coolanty hoses. Basically the first bit of this video is we're just going to get all of the just harnesses and accoutrements. Well, that's how you do it. Take the front wheels off, drop her down on some stands, and it's certainly a lot easier to work on. What do I want to do now? Well, why don't you want to come on? Well, that's not good. Spark plug wires pinched under the breather hose here. I believe he's got the original spark plugs. Or spark plug wires. I did the spark plugs on it, those were toast. But, oh, I think we had bought a wire set and it was like not even close. So we still have to do the wire set. Probably should put get a new coil in there at some point. Did it without breaking it. Let's see. This harness here, we can unplug. Well, we probably don't have to unplug that. I can actually... Oh, here we go. I forgot, we got a main plug down there. I'll get to that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's crack free. I know the belt's still on there. What size is this? Come on, wrench, come back to me. Half? Let's get a half socket. It does appear to be. Let's see if it'll come out. You know, my friend was complaining about this thing being a little sluggish. Might clean that up. What do you say we open up the radiator? It's not going to have much coolant in it. The freeze plug on this side is completely exploded. Tranny cooler lines are off. I tell you what, those weren't gonna budge. I gave her the old combo routine. Some liquid wrench, penetrating oil. Some people are gonna wanna use PB Blaster. I can't stand that stuff. I don't like the smell. This already stinks, but it's not as bad as PB Blaster. Take this little guy. After you soak them for about 5 minutes and just start heating up the fitting that's coming out of the radiator, and then your threaded part that's on the line, don't heat that up right away. Heat up the fitting first, or the adapter I should say. You heat that up, then give the threaded fitting a little with this, and then it came free. Alright, here we go. Wow, what are you cut on? Oh, there goes puking more fluid out. It's just water. I'm gonna get this thing up. We're gonna cut that band and put a new piece of hose on here. I think I got some hose for it. Alright. Get out of here. Okay. Well, it's been a few days since I last worked on this. I took the weekend off, and then when I went to work on this, it poured down all day. Just completely poured down rain. It would not stop. Today it's been a little moist, but it hasn't been pouring down rain. So I need to get a couple hours in on this thing. What I'd like to do is finish getting the alternator disconnected. I might even take it out just to take some weight off. So far, I have the power steering pump is drained and disconnected. I did do a little bit of that the other day. AC pump we got lapped over. I got to figure out where the fuel hoses are and disconnect those. That would be helpful. I did disconnect the main wiring harness from the truck, so we don't have to worry about taking a bunch of stuff apart here, because I know that one coolant temp sensor is a little sensitive. We tried putting a new one in there. This thing ran horrible. Absolutely horrible. We put an aftermarket temp sensor in it. Didn't like it. I want to try and see if I can get a Motocraft one from like eBay or something, but other than that, we were running the original. So yeah, I've got a bunch of hoses on this side that I've been dreading taking apart. I think it's probably a good idea now to maybe see about getting this air stuff out of here. I need to find my flashlights. I got one I'm missing. Thankfully, in the newer age of Ford and their infinite wisdom, you know, Chevy guys like saying that a lot. Every time you watch a video about a Chevy guy working on a Ford, he always says infinite wisdom. Every time. They put lifting hooks. One right here, and I'm assuming we've got one hiding in the back. I'm probably going to take maybe get the EGR valve stuff out of there. We do have to work around this AC hose, but I might be able to tie that up or do something like that. Let me move you back just a little bit. I'm not going to do everything step by step. So I got the throttle cable and the cruise control unhooked. I still don't know where our fuel line comes in. It probably comes in at the back. I think what I'll do now is I'm actually going to remove this fan, and I'm going to climb in here, and I think we'll probably take the throttle horn off. The fan I should have, in my infinite wisdom, I should have undone it before taking the belts off. Alright, I think after I get to a certain point, I think we're going to have to take this front bumper off. We're going to have to try and do that. Oh yeah, broke free. Broke free. Broke free. Oh no, you don't. And then we spend 5 hours taking all those bolts out. Okay. Yeah. That's not all that great. Oh yeah, the water pump was... Oh yeah, it's shot. Well, I think we can leave all this stuff on there. I think we just need to be able to get this out here. Something like that, or stick that down in there. Let's see, what size do I need for the alternator? I want to get this alternator out of here. Or at least get the cable off, I mean. That should be a 10 millimeter. This hose, we're going to replace that. There's the PCV valve. Can we unhook that? Yep. Now, Ford in their infinite wisdom puts the connector part facing down. Yep. Got our EGR studs. There. So now we should be able to take out this intake horn. Maybe. Then we're going to find out there's a secret bolt that requires a twig to get into. A couple of lines. What else is holding this on, Tubes? I use a yeah, better bin of it. Better bin it. Of course, Ford in their infinite wisdom had to make hoses that would stick to metal after they were heat cycled for 30 years. Take harness off. Alright, let's mount a carburetor on it. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. Tomorrow, as long as it doesn't pour down rain, I'm going to come out here, finish some off-camera stuff. I might bring you in on the GoPro, because I think getting the exhaust out is going to be fun. We're just trying to get the Y pipe off the manifolds. I'm hoping I can just get the manifold red hot with the MAP gas torch and then just, you know, we'll see. It's gonna be the fun part. And then we'll yank the motor out. Also, this is not my truck. This is a friend's truck. I'm done with this video, so I'll see you next week's video.